Hi Libra, here's your horoscope for April 2024, brought to you by planetswithin.com. I am astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, we have a very important month ahead. Last month was just as important because we had a lunar eclipse in your sign in this first house of identity and self, which is going to affect you over the course of the next 6 months to a year. But this year this month we have the solar eclipse in Aries, and this one's going to light up this 7th house, which has to do with partnerships and relationships and other people. So as you can see here, we need that lunar eclipse to complete something or come to some sort of realization or to move on from other relationships that no longer belong in our lives before this doorway opens and we could go in a new direction with this new energy coming in. Now, this is going to be a very powerful solar eclipse, and it's going to be in the sign of Aries, which represents the self. Even though your sign and your energy is about other people, this one is going to be very important as it begins, this understanding of asserting yourself and becoming more in tune with other people, but, keeping that self-awareness within you. Now, this reading's for anyone who has a Libra rising or a sun sign Libra. This is a general overview of the month, and this is because I don't have everybody's birthday, and everyone's birth chart and birthday is different. So it has to be a very general overview. So sun sign reading. Anyway, speaking of the sun, it's going through Aries right now, along with the North Node, Chiron, and Mercury, which is going to be retrograde as we begin the month. I will get into that in a second. But this is all about partnerships. This is all about relationships right now, especially with your ruler Venus here in joining Neptune, and it passed up Mars and Saturn right here. It's in the 6th house. So many of you are focusing on health matters or daily routines, trying to improve both areas of your life. Now, Venus will move twice this month, so it's going to give you an opportunity again to connect with others, and then towards the end of the month, it'll move into the 8th house of finance and money, and so there's a lot of dynamics taking place in that area as well. But if you notice here, Jupiter and Uranus are getting closer and closer. This is a very powerful conjunction in the 8th house. So this could represent many different things, and I will get to that in a few minutes. But looking at everything here, I'm seeing just a lot of changes in work situations and especially relationships and partnerships this month, which is generally the theme for Libra or Libra rising. So this might have already started for many of you, but it gets emphasized even more in April. So let's take a closer look and see what the astrology looks like for the month. So the first thing we see is Mercury going retrograde. This is the first Mercury retrograde of the year. There it is in Aries. That's at 27 degrees, so wherever that is in your actual birth chart, and it starts going backwards. That's the area you need to focus in. But generally speaking, this has to do with partnerships and relationships. So people from the past are going to resurface. People that you've known from your childhood, people you were associated with in business. These could be people that are on your mind or still thinking about whatever took place with this lunar eclipse in Libra last month. And so you're revisiting this, you're thinking about it, and you're processing information, which is totally normal under a Mercury retrograde. And so keep an eye on this, because for the next couple of weeks, it'll be retrograde right in that 7th house. So again, it is about relationships. It can make you a little bit more indecisive at this time because Mercury's in a weakened position. So, don't worry about making tough decisions, but you will have to make some decisions this month because that solar eclipse is going to be very powerful, and your ruler Venus will also be in this house. So there's going to be decisions that need to be made even with Mercury retrograde. Now, Venus, your ruler, enters Aries as well on the 5th. And here it is. Now, Venus in Aries is an interesting dynamic because Aries wants to run and be selfish and be driven and, wants to be first. And your sign wants partnerships, wants cooperation, and wants, to be accommodating. And so it's a little bit of a dichotomy there. But fortunately, it's in the 7th house, which is your house that you are naturally associated with. So relationships, communication, everything to do with business and business partnerships, this is all being highlighted for many of you. So this still looks like a good time to interact, to deal with financial matters, to partner up, to bring things to light. Absolutely a very important month for relationships and partnerships of all kinds because of Venus going through this part of your chart. And then it gets enhanced even more with the solar eclipse in Aries on the 8th, right there at 19 degrees. So wherever this falls in your actual birth chart, you will see that area being lit up and focusing all your attention there. And so with this solar eclipse, this is opening up a brand new doorway for new opportunities, new connections, new people coming into your life, all in the course of the next 6 months to a year. So it's going to be closely aligned to Chiron. As a matter of fact, it's conjunct Chiron, conjunct the North Node, and even loosely conjunct Mercury. So what this is saying is maybe you've had ideas from the past that you've wanted to implement. There is some sort of healing taking place within yourself and relationships and partnerships. Maybe somebody's coming into your life to help you in some way. You're going in a new direction and you feel inspired in some way. You see, this is how it works. And so that door will keep getting opened, as we go through the month, and especially through the next couple of months, because eclipses usually get strongly activated on the day or, a couple of days on either side. But then within 3 months, they really get activated. And then 6 months, again, they get strongly activated. And at 9 months and 12 months, they are still, it's still vibrating and reverberating the energy of that eclipse. So this is going to be a very strong eclipse for connections with others. So keep that in mind, okay? So if you get invited to things or, you need to go out and mingle and be around other people, I would highly encourage it because of this solar eclipse. Now, on the 19th, the sun enters Taurus. Now, Taurus is another sign ruled by Venus right there. But what makes this so special is not only Taurus entering your 8th house of transformation, other people's money, finance, joint ventures, sexuality. Look at Jupiter and Uranus exactly at 21 degrees. This could be a windfall. This could be, something to do with money coming in. Maybe investments, start becoming more favorable. This could be lots of surprises with money, expenditures or money coming in or somebody wanting to help you. Could be the material side of life. Maybe you're purchasing something new and you're getting involved in that, or you're very magnetic and people are finding you more appealing than they normally would. And so, you're drawing people to you. You're drawing situations to you. You're drawing the funds to you. You're drawing, what you need to you. And yes, the sexuality does fall under this umbrella as well, not just the material side of life. The other thing it could represent as the sun makes its way through the 8th house is a deep psychological transformation about your belief systems and what you believe in. What you value. This is what Taurus represents. And so this is going to be a very important month for so many of you as the sun makes its way closer and closer to Uranus. And then eventually Jupiter will leave this part of your chart and go into the 9th house in May. So very important time for many of you. So keep an eye out for these surprises this month. Now, the full moon this month on the 23rd highlights Scorpio, which is again also about finances. So we're looking at a lot of finances, money-making opportunities, expenditures. This is all at the top of the list here. And what makes this one so tricky is not only is it in the 2nd house of investments and money matters, it's also squaring its ruler, Pluto, right there. So we have a giant T-square taking place in the 5th house. This could have something to do with your kids, a creative project, where you're feeling under pressure and you need to produce and there's obligations. Could be expenses. On the positive side, it could be making money from a community, making money coming in, somebody helping you. It really does represent funding. On a larger scale, it could have something to do with the economy or the financial markets, where they're going to be changing. So it's a really important time in April for all of these things. But for you personally, it has to do with your interactions with others, financial matters, creativity. So whatever this person or whoever this person is that's coming in, it could affect all of these alignments that I'm seeing here. So could be a very important month for financial matters. Now, on the 25th, Mercury finally moves direct, which is great. Here it is right here at 15 degrees. It's in stationary position and starts to move forward. So we're getting a little bit more clarity. The people in our lives, there's some better understanding. We can move forward with projects. Our thinking goes back to very quick and sharp reaction time, because Mercury in Aries moving direct is very sharp and very quick-witted. And so maybe you're surrounded by people that like to talk. This could be a possibility as well. So that's going to help out a lot. Venus enters Taurus, your ruler, on the 29th, now leaves Aries and is very well situated, much better in Taurus right here, a sign that it rules. Venus rules Libra and Taurus. And look at all these planets in the 8th house. Talk about maybe money pouring in, or financial help, or partnerships, or if you've gotten into a new relationship, maybe it's gotten physical and you pawn at each other. And so this is a very sensual time. This is a very time, a very sensual time to express yourself with another, and rewarding if you're doing some sort of business ventures, or getting a product out, or doing something with beautification. This is absolutely big time energy coming in with this. So keep an eye on all of that. And of course, last but not least, we have Mars entering its own sign in Aries in the 7th house. Talk about energy and motivation now at the end of the month of April. Mars in Aries is impulsive. So be careful of running into people that have egos, things to do with partnerships, financial matters. These are all things that are on the table right now, because there's a lot going on. And so Mars in here is going to have you rushing around and connecting with people on a much higher level. So it's going to be a very dynamic month for most of you. Do the best you can. Remember, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And I will see you guys soon. Bye for now.